Hi guys, so you're probably wondering where Chelsea is. She's not here, in case you haven't noticed. So you're stuck with me and Shari today. I'm going to be showing you how to open the store, and you're going to listen to all the juicy gossip we got to tell you. So come along. Shari, what should we talk about?
Let's talk about the mystery bags where a customer thought they were doggy bags for dogs and had been giving, because one time we had a pup cup in our mystery bag, so therefore she thought all the mystery bags were doggy bags and was feeding her dogs like chocolate ice cream, hot fudge, and wondered why the dog had the poops all the time.
Sometimes we look in here to see if there's mystery bags. So these are the delicious toppings. Don't mind the chocolate cake in there, but these are the toppings you see right here when you walk in. I think it's $7.40 or like $7.30 something. Yeah, so this is typically my routine after I put all the dishes away. These have to go in a certain spot. If they don't, I get triggered by it, you know? And that's that. And usually when I get here, I have to text my mom right away because I one time didn't, and she called the store while I was in here, and I'm like, hi, Modern Tell, I'm thinking it was a customer, and it was actually my mom. And she was, you didn't text me, and I go, sorry, Miss Girl. So I told her I was here, made it safely. We love a mom who cares. And I'm like, Mom, first of all, I'm busy. I'm a busy gal in the morning. I gotta open. I've got time to text. Just kidding. Don't come for me for saying that. I love my mom, so if it makes her happy for texting her, then I do it. Does everybody see this thing? Me and Shari fill it every day, right? It's for you to drink some delicious water when you're thirsty. And people have been taking advantage of it. They'll be washing their hands under here. I've noticed you people. Don't think I haven't. Then they'll be standing there like surrounded this going cup after cup. It's not that serious. At that point, buy a bottle of water. What? You tell them what you saw, Shari.
I've also seen where they leave the spigot open and the water just pours all over our counter. They also get mad when it's not completely full or when we're out of water during our busiest time at night, especially on the weekends. We don't mind refilling it, but if the night staff is busy, their first priority is not the water. But the customers get very upset and angry because there's no water. You would think that we were living in the desert and they've walked miles and miles and miles for a small cup of water.
Some lady came in yesterday and she was like, do you have a bathroom? I hate that question. And I go, no, it's not public. And she's with her family and she looks at me and she goes, well, you used to. And I go, we never did. We never did. And if it was empty in here, sometimes there's a slight chance we might let you in, but like, no, not after that response. Rolling her eyes. And then she's like, I don't understand. You used to have a public bathroom. And I'm like, we never did. Wait, where do people get this information from? You're an adult.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom at home. Why do we have to like come back here?
Sometimes if it's an emergency with a little kid, we will say, okay, that's fine. And most people are grateful, but the ones that aren't grateful are the ones that are destroying our bathroom. You know, breaking the toilet seat, having an explosion, not saying anything, leaving it up to us to have to clean it. You know, that's our personal space back there for our employees. And our belongings are back there. It's a liability, actually. So no, we don't have to let anybody use our bathroom. Do they just need new balls?
Who? Who's the pig? I was in here yesterday. It was like 5 minutes before we before I left. And this van saw my shirt. It said Bishop Foley Catholic High School on it because that's where I went to high school. And he walked in and I go, oh, whenever you're ready. And he looks at me, he goes, oh, Bishop Foley? And I go, yeah, because like, what do you say in that situation? And so I'm just kind of sitting there, and one of the girls that was working gave him his ice cream, and I go, is there anything else for you? Because I was gonna ring him up, and he goes, yeah, for you to change your shirt. Yeah. Please. I swear. Put the dang chairs back where they go. Isn't that hard? Funny story about this sign, somebody broke it. So now it like opens super janky and you have to be super careful with it. But there she is. I came in, right? And sometimes when I come in, I find some mysterious items. So I have my hoodie on. And you know when you wash your clothes with stuff, some static like sticks clothes inside of your hoodie? Well, that's what happened and I didn't know it. Now this is embarrassing for me, but I don't really care. Anyway, so I walk in and I turn around and there's a pair of underwear laying on the ground.
Women's underwear.
I'm like, no. So I sent a video to Chelsea, I sent a video to my family. I'm like, who left their panties in the store? I'm like, that's disgusting. Who just took their panties off and left them on the floor? So whatever. Then my mom texts me and she goes, those look like mine. I've been missing those for however long. Girl, you don't know. And so I go, what? And she's like, yeah, those are mine. And she's like, do they have little stars on them? I'm like, oh my God, Mom, seriously? And she's, what, they're clean. I washed my clothes with yours. And I go, but still, that's so embarrassing. And she's like, you better not tell anybody. And I'm like, well, now I'm gonna tell the whole YouTube family. And I'm like, cause that was funny. And Sherry's dying laughing. I'm dying laughing because I'm embarrassed. I'm like, that's actually, what if there was a customer in here? I'm like, don't mind, that's my mom's underwear. I'm like, sorry.
But we couldn't figure out how the underwear got there from the time they closed the store to the next morning because nobody had been in here.
So Chelsea had to pull up the footage and I walked up front and you could just see him slip out of my hoodie. I'm like, that's literally embarrassing. I picked him up with a little grabber because at this point I didn't know it was my mom's. And I threw them in the trash. She texted me and she goes, those are my favorite. And she goes, can you grab them? And I'm like, Mom, I threw them away. I'm like, girl. So she's like, but those are my favorite. I really like those. So I had to pick them out of the trash and put them in a plastic bag for her. And we washed them like 10 times when I got home because she's like, that's actually gross. And I'm like, yeah, so why'd you make me pick them out of the trash? And she's like, yeah, we're washing them like a million times. But I'm like, Mom. Now I was like a clown.
You can get another pair. Like they come in a 6-pack.
Because Chelsea was gonna put the footage on TikTok. And she's, no, don't. And so now, like, first of all, I got home and everyone's like, ew, you brought Mom's underwear to work. And I'm like, okay, they were clean at least. It's not like they were dirty.
Right.
And so I'm like, whatever. So then, now my mom jokes about it. And I'm like, Mom, one day I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna tell that story. So if you're watching this, Mom, love you, Queen. So now I'll take my shirts and I'll be like, flicking them 10 times, I'll stick my arms through the sleeves. I'm like, that was a one-time thing. And I know people are like, ew, you carried your mom's underwear. And that's how I was at first. But then I'm like, at least they were clean. It could have been a lot worse.
They came out of the laundry.
Could have been a lot worse.
They were stuck in her hoodie.
Stop.
So this is another thing we deal with. Our little trash can for taster spoons only. That's what the little sign says. People put their gum, dirty Kleenex. I have found all kinds of things in these little trash cans. People do not know how to read.
You want to come back here? So, one of our cake decorators, I'm not going to name who, but you know who you are. We love you, but whatever. This big but bad boy beast down here is our chocolate drip. You see that? And she decided she needed to pull it out to put some in our little like thing over here. And so she pulled that thing out, spilled everywhere. Whole floor had a huge pile of chocolate on it. I think I have a video, and I'll see if I can find it. But she grabs the paper towel, and that stuff's slimy. It's literally oily when it's on the floor. And she's like patting it down on the ground.
It was.
And me and Jocelyn, she's work here, grabbed them up, and we started cleaning it up. And I'm like, why are we doing this? I was like, she spilled it. And then she ended up taking them out and cleaning up herself. But I'm like, I'll help you because I'm not mean. Like, that's kind of mean if I made her do it by herself.
And it was all over the floor. No, not at first I didn't know. And I just busted out laughing. I'm like, oh my God. She was wearing white tennies. They were no longer white. And she was trying to clean it up the best she could, but the more she cleaned it, the worse it got because of the oil. It was a mess, but sometimes you just gotta laugh.
And not only did she step in it, she took it all the way into the back room.
The thing with owning a business and everything that goes on, it doesn't end when these doors are locked and everybody goes home for the night. We are still on the phone with each other, talking about the day, talking about staff as far as scheduling goes. If so-and-so can work, now they can't work. What is gonna happen tomorrow? We've got so-and-so coming to fix a freezer. We have an order coming. Is our order gonna be enough? Do we place an order now and wait for another order in a couple days? We're always on the phone. Sometimes our day ends at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So it doesn't end just when those doors are closed.
Some exciting news. The next time you guys see Chelsea, she's not going to be pregnant anymore. We're very excited to see the baby. And on that note, thank you guys for opening the store with me. See you next time.